Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am partnering with Kiss New York Professional to be bringing you this video. I'm super excited because I absolutely love Kiss products. Even recently I was raving about one of their mascaras on my Instagram story. So yeah, this tutorial is going to be amazing. Since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, I thought it'd be a great idea to do a quick and easy soft glam date night look. And this date night look is inspired by the incredibly beautiful Kourtney Kardashian. Now the reason I chose Kourtney Kardashian is because I've had people tell me that I look like her. I personally do not see it, but I mean, I'll take it as a compliment because she's absolutely stunning. So this specific look is the look that I'm recreating. As you can see, she has this like very soft glam on, very romantic, very sultry. She's like glowing and radiant. She looks like she's like clean but not like super done up, which I think is the perfect look for a date night. Now with all that being said, let's get started. I'm going to start off this look by using the Pro Touch Gold Primer to prime my face. I took about 2 pumps and I just rubbed it all over my face. This stuff feels amazing. My face feels so nice and smooth right now. This is going to make my foundation apply like a dream. Next, I'm going to go in with the Pro Touch Liquid Foundation in the color Soft Tan. I took about 2 pumps of this and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. About 2 pumps, but honestly I probably could have done 1.5. And you can see the coverage is amazing, like gives you a nice full coverage. It even covered up my dark circles pretty well, and I haven't put on a color corrector or concealer yet. So yeah, this foundation always impresses me. Now, one thing that I do love about this foundation is that it is more on the matte side, but it does have like a slight radiance to it, as you can see here. It's not super heavy, but that's a huge bonus for me because I have really dry skin, so I don't like looking super matte. So yeah, that's why I love this foundation. To cover up my nasty dark circles, I'm going to be using their Dark Under Eye Concealer in the color Warm Nude. And I like to apply my concealer like a triangle form underneath my eye and then on top of my eye too. Because I don't use a primer on my lid, I like to apply the concealer on the top of my lid too, so that it acts as like a primer slash base for my eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend it in using my brush. And with my brush, I like to stipple instead of like swipe because I find concealer ends up looking like too streaky if you swipe. So I like to give it a good stipple instead. Okay, seriously though, can we take in how well this covered up my dark circles? This concealer, like, oh my god. Guys, like it covered up everything. I can't believe I didn't even need to use a color corrector. You know how many times I need to use a color corrector? Whether it is a drugstore concealer or a high-end concealer, whatever it is, I like 95% of the time I need to use a color corrector, and this is like I think the only drugstore concealer that I've used where I feel like I don't need to use a color corrector. It actually concealed everything perfectly without making my eyes look gray. Super impressed right now. To set my face, I'm going to be using their Pro Touch Matte Powder Foundation in the colors Soft Tan and Warm Nude. I'm going to use the color Warm Nude to set under my eyes and the top of my eyes as well. So it gives it a little bit more of a highlighted color. And you want to make sure that you set your concealer with a powder. Anything that's like liquidy, you want to set with a powder because otherwise it'll move. That's how you start getting like creases and the lines and stuff like that around your eyes. So make sure any type of liquid that you put on your face, you want to set it with a powder. And then I'm going to go in with Soft Tan to set the rest of my face. And I like to blend it over my eyes too, just so it kind of like blends seamlessly between my eye and my foundation color, and it doesn't look so like bright and highlighted underneath my eye and then all of a sudden it's like brown on my skin. And I'm also going to take this down onto the neck just so everything blends nicely. I don't like to apply too much foundation on my neck, like especially with liquid and stuff like that. I just feel like it gets too heavy, and yeah, I'm just not a fan of the feeling. So I like to take my powder after and just blend it downwards so that it still looks seamless. Not gonna lie, I literally hate my hair like this. This is how she has it in the picture, so that's why I have it up like this, but I hate wearing my hair up. I especially hate like my hairline. I feel like maybe I should just, I don't know, should I like part it to the side a little bit? Okay, that just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm just not a fan of what my widow's peak looks like. And it just has so many baby hairs. Hers doesn't have as many baby hairs, which is why maybe it looks a little bit better on her. I don't know. I just don't like it. So my base is done. It's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now that I've got my base done, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows using their Top Brow Sculpting Brow Pencil in the color Chocolate. So in that picture, her brows look pretty natural. They look a little bit more feathered. So what I'm gonna do with this brow pencil is I'm just gonna draw light strokes just to fill in the empty gaps. I'm not going to really heavily fill it in and like define my brow, just because I want that natural look she has as well. And what I love about this brow pencil is that it has a gel in the back, which is so useful. And so after I'm just done lightly feathering in my brows, I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe over it with the gel. And I'm just gonna kind of lift my brows up to give that feathery type of look, that feathery natural look, I guess. This brow pencil makes things super quick and easy to do. Like if you just want a quick natural fill, like how she had her brows, this is the perfect brow pencil for you because it doesn't come off really strong as other brow pencils do. Like I find that other brow pencils, especially because they're really thin, like this has a thicker tip, it doesn't come off as dark. And when you fill in like in bigger strokes, so it looks a lot more natural. Whereas like if you fill in with a thinner brow pencil, like you can see every stroke that you do and it looks a lot more defined. My brows are naturally a little bit thicker, like the hairs are thicker and a little bit more full, so they might look really filled in right now, but I promise you that they're not. These are like more of a natural look for me compared to when I fill in my brows and actually define them. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm going to be creating a really nice soft glam on the eyes using the Hexa Pink Nude palette. Using this orangey brown color, I'm going to be applying this color into my crease because she has this like really nice soft orangey brown copper kind of shade. I like so bad with colors. But like, yeah, that kind of like coppery orangey brown color in her crease and in her outer corner. Now hers is a little bit more orangey. For my skin tone, it looks better if it's a little bit more bronzy copper rather than an orangey copper, which is why I chose this color. Then going in with this color here and my finger, I'm just gonna apply this all over my lid. And that really helps to brighten up the eyes a bit too and softens up the eye as well. I also love applying eyeshadow with my fingers. I feel like it picks up a lot of pigment. And then she uses like a darker brown to give herself a bit of a smoky liner up here and then smokes out the bottom of her lash line with that as well. So I'm going to be going in with this brown here to do the same thing. And I'm just using a really small flat eyeshadow brush to do this. So you're just going to go ahead and line your lash line with this brown and kind of smoke it out. It doesn't need to be super clean because it is, again, smoky. And then go ahead and smoke out the bottom of your lash line as well. And you want to make sure that these two parts here connect. So just take a little bit and make sure they're connecting as well so it looks like a nice smooth transition. I also just wanted to note that I didn't take the brown all the way into the inner corner on the top or at the bottom. I find that if you take it all the way in, it'll look a little bit too dark, and again, we want to keep it as like a soft glam. So I only just like concentrated it more heavily on the outsides, and then as I got in, I made the line like thinner and thinner and just kind of like lightly applied the leftover product towards the inner corners. And then she has this like really nice highlight in the inner corner of her eyes that really brightens up her eyes. So I'm going to use this highlighting color here, and I'm going to pop that into the corner of my eyes. And that'll just brighten up my eyes a bit more as well. And I'll apply a little bit on my brow bone too, just lightly to give myself that glow. Now that the eyeshadow is done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. This is the mascara that I mentioned to you guys at the beginning of the video that I'm absolutely loving right now. It's like one of the best drugstore mascaras that I have used. It is the Dead Sexy Lashes Mega Volume Mascara. In the picture, you can see that she's like rocking her own lashes. So that's why I'm only using mascara. If you feel like you want to throw on some lashes, you definitely can. Kiss New York Professional actually has a sister company called Kiss Products, and their lash line is absolutely amazing. They're some of my favorite lashes ever. They look very, very natural, super easy to use because the band is like super thin, and they don't look like over the top. They look like they belong on your eyes, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like you're gonna fly away. I mean, they do have like heavier ones, but there's ones that are called like the number 11s. Those are my absolute favorite. Yeah, they like make your lashes look just so nice and wispy and natural. Sorry guys, I can't talk much while I do my mascara because I'm concentrating so hard on not poking my eyeball out. Now that the eyes are finished, we just have to highlight, contour, and do the lips, and then we're pretty much almost done. The first highlighter I'm going to be using is the Pro Touch Stick Highlighter in the color Halo Pearl. So to get that beautiful Kardashian glow, I'm just going to apply this to the highest points of my cheekbones and onto the bridge of my nose and right above my lip as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with a makeup sponge and just press that in. I'm actually going to add a little bit onto my forehead too, because she has her forehead highlighted as well. You can see it just gives you the beautiful radiant glow. To set the cream highlighter, I'm going to be using the Halo Strobing palette in the color Medium, and I'm going to mix these two colors together. So like I mentioned before, you want to set your liquids with a powder on top, and the same goes for creams because creams can also move around a lot. And by doing this too, it'll just give you that extra beautiful radiant highlight, as you can see, compared to this side. Like gives you that extra pop. For contour, I'm going to be using the contour kit in the color Medium, and I'm going to be mixing this color and this color here. When I contour, I basically just like to suck in my cheekbones a little bit like this, and I follow this line right here, right underneath where like the highest point of my cheekbone is. And I go in light circular motions. I apply the contour more heavily towards like my ear, and then the leftover product I bring in slightly towards my mouth. I don't really go further than this part here though. And I do like to blend upwards into my highlight just so it looks like a nice smooth transition from my highlight to my contour. And also so that my highlight doesn't look too harsh. And then I also just lightly brush some of the contour onto my nose using this brush as well. I don't like to heavily contour my nose, and again, this is supposed to be a quick and easy soft glam, so yeah, this makes it quick and easy. To finish off this entire look, I'm going to be using the lip liners in Warm Nude and Red Brown, and the Amorous Gel Lipstick in the color Chocolate Recipe. So this isn't going to turn out to be the exact color that she's wearing. It is going to be a little bit darker, but that's because that type of lip color that she's wearing just would not look right on my skin tone. I feel like with lips you have to be a little bit careful. If you see someone else wearing a nude, that doesn't necessarily mean that nude will look good on you too, just because it might end up making you look washed out. So I started off with applying Warm Nude all over my lips, and this is actually somewhat the color that Kourtney Kardashian is wearing in that picture. but as you can tell, it makes me look like I don't really have lips. So I'm gonna go in and line my lips lightly with the red brown. Just to give my lips a little bit more definition. And then I'm gonna go in with the warm nude again and just blend it in together. And I'm gonna top off my lips with Chocolate Recipe. So that's what the lip color looks like. Hers is a little bit more of a peachy, like softer type of brown. This is a little bit more of a mauvey type of brown. But again, this is what looks good on my skin tone, so that's why I did it. But yeah, this is pretty much the entire look. It was that simple and easy. I'm going to go fix up my hair a little bit so it matches Kourtney Kardashian's, because right now it's like a hot mess. I literally hate my hair up, like I mentioned before, but I'm gonna go try and make it look as good as hers. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, so I tried my best. I tried my best. Don't judge me. Do I look like Kourtney Kardashian? Are we sisters? Are we the same? Can I pass as a Kardashian? Anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It is a really great makeup look for a date night. It's like soft, simple, sweet. It's actually really easy to do because you don't have to put on liner and lashes, and I find that that's always the hardest part, at least for me it is. And if you did like this tutorial, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me a nice little comment down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!